Hey YouTube, I'm Arwen, the professional joy seeker. That's Bentley, who right as I hit the camera on decided to come up here and get in my face. Um, I'm also a professional tarot consultant, and one of the things I love to do is reviews. And I admit I got this deck from Schiffer back in January or so and lost it. So I apologize. But here we're going to go with this review. I'm trying to get the cat out of my lap. I don't think that's going to happen. These are the Psalm cards. This is 150 biblical verses and hand-painted images with guide. There's insights from Christianity, Hinduism, Judaism, Tanakh, Talmud, and Zohar, Jungian psychology, and 12-step recovery. Says it also includes spiritual tools, affirmations, breathing exercises, mantras, prayers, and visualizations. This is by Rabbi Teixeira, is how I would say it. It's Teixeira. So I apologize if I've mispronounced your name. And it's really interesting to me to have this. It's a Christian Judaic kind of oracle. So let's open it up. The first thing you do when you open up any Schiffer box is go, ooh, magnet, ooh, magnet. And there is the author. Whoop, and there went the book. So let's take a look at the book first. I love it. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see the. Ooh, shiny. But it's a very pretty book. The cat is bumping my arm. He's like insistent that right now is pet time. So we're going to pet him. And just a very simple crown on the back. When you open it up, you get black and whites of all the different cards. And yeah, he says there's a note on numbering psalm verses. Many psalms have ascriptions. In Jewish practice, ascriptions are counted or numbered as verses, and in Christian practice, they are not. So, and he gives you a little bit of a idea about that. He talks about transliteration and pronunciation of the Hebrew. He thanks his husband, Zafir Barai, PhD, which is lovely. And it's very interesting. I'm looking at trying to see who did the he talks about wow, I'm just kind of looking at this. I'm sorry. He says he used to sit beside Nan, his Italian Catholic grandmother. And she taught him to read on her homemade fortune-telling cards. She traced images onto pieces of linen paper, then glued them to the front of playing cards. Sister-in-law, he remembers her saying her sister-in-law Edna gave her the patterns. Then he talks about tarot. And went on to read tarot, occasionally chicken bones, dominoes, psalms, red beans, and tea leaves. Very interesting. Oh, I'm looking. Okay, sorry. I need to sit down and read. Then he talks about the world of psalms, and he was looking for solace. His mother's cancer got bad in 1995, so it's a really interesting. Y'all can see that I'm already like, ooh, I like the reading part. Now he talks about how to use the psalm cards. He does offer a prayer of protection. There's other steps to do. There's a spread layout. Now let's dive in and look at the actual cards. And here's another neat thing that Schiffer's done with this. I don't know if it's going to show. Do you see here? So that makes it kind of easy just to flip through. If you know the psalm you want, you can kind of flip and go to it. I'm just going to flip and see what we get. Okay? Take the step you've taken. It's Psalm 98:6. If creation reflects the divine, the source of creation, then we shouldn't hesitate to proclaim the divine is theatrical. And talks about theater everywhere. Oh, how interesting. Nothing could be more momentous, by the way, than news of your unconditional surrender. Why? Question why? Answer. To surrender is to be blessed. The two actions are inextricably linked. The Hebrew word barak, ni, and the Hebrew word baraka, blessing, for instance, share the same root. So when you are truly ready to unconditionally surrender your will to the divine's will, throw a party replete with cake, flowers, and music, live music. Parties to celebrate good fortune are sure to follow. So that's a nice upbeat message. I like that. Now let's take a look at the cards themselves. As you can see, I haven't even taken these cards out. First thing to notice, ooh, shiny. Now I love the shiny edges, but I will tell you, they get beat up pretty easily and pretty fast. So if you're one that likes cards that are pristine, don't be a professional reader. Okay, that's silly. Now, let's look first. There's a lot of cards. Y'all, I am not doing a complete flip through on this. How many cards are there, guys? This feels like 100 or more. 150. Okay. So, and I've got big hands for a woman, right? Let's do the Lotus Mudra and show off the cards. So, what we're going to do is just kind of randomly pick. Poof, random. Now, I'm just going to show the images without reading the message or finding the message. That one's kind of easy, right? It looks like freedom. The painting is really interesting, and the fact that it's black and white, pen and white. Pen and white. Huh. Should we turn it? No, that was right set up. I thought that was upside down. So this is definitely a deck. I'm not sure that you might be able to memorize it. Hey, you might. I don't know. I don't think I could. So let's look at the backs too, because the backs are just very, very simple. Not reversible, but I don't think this is a deck you'd want to reverse. So I didn't see any reversals in the when I looked at the book. Interesting. I like the almost like defense. You can take on anything that comes at you. 76.4. I'm going to actually read 76:4. I would read that, chapter 76, verse 4. Ah, the ox yoke, right? Oh, camera, 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 you're making me crazy. Focus. I have to do, they say, beauty hands is what, I can't remember who told me that, but fill up the screen, fill up the screen. Oh, and don't move probably would help too, right? Now that's interesting. Almost looks like the giant. I mean, that sort of makes me think of. So I'm pulling those two out because I want to look those up for us. And let's look at what's on the bottom of the deck. So, yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by them. I don't know that I could use them as a working deck, but I think I might be able to use them as a meditation deck. So let's see. Woodley 31 first. Wow, do I love the indexing method. It says you're caught in a vicious cycle. It says, my life is spent in sorrow, my years in groaning. My strength fails because of my iniquity. My limbs waste away. So this definitely is not happy fluffy light. I hate using the word fluffy for that, but a light airy fairy deck, right? This talks about Jung, the shadow side, and this is a shadow side card. Now let's look at, so it wasn't the giant, it wasn't David and the giant. So now we're going to look at 76-4, the one that I thought might be about defending all comers, or everything coming at you. 76-4. The psalm is, there he broke the fiery arrows of the bow, the shield and sword of war. It says, don't give in to hatred. To save the world from war, work to free yourself and those around you from the grip of hatred. That's interesting that I was drawn to that card because I've been thinking a lot about doing a video on negative talk, and it's something that I've noticed that a lot of us fall into. And I may do that. I may do that video next and dive into it. Now you may see that I've got some different stuff going on over here. We had some work done on the house, so I had to clear this bookshelf off. And I decided I would go and maybe do it differently. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't like that y'all get to look at all this, because this is like one of my I actually keep decks that I'm using in there, or decks that need to be reviewed. That Psalm cards was living in there once I found it, so that it's like, oh, must do this. Because I'm very honored that the company send me things to review, and I need to hold up my end of the bargain, right? Can y'all hear that? Isn't that wonderful? We're having a thunderstorm. I love thunderstorms. So y'all hang in there. And remember, if you're ready to get a tarot reading, head to tarotbyarwen.com. And always seek joy, y'all. Pass it on.